Alright, we're going to try and record some Magic the Gathering. I'm in the tournament practice room. Going to play my black green deck. We're going to play a match and see if we can record all the way through, get the video running, get the audio running, make sure the computer can record for about 20 minutes at a time and just get everything taken care of here. So we're just going to wait for somebody to join our game. We're playing a black green Planeswalkers deck with Liliana's, Garrix, and then a bunch of singletons to tutor for Liliana. This is a control deck. It has some problems with the blue white Planar Cleansing Quicken deck, but it's very good, especially after sideboard against decks like Ravel Red and Mono White Aggro. We're not getting anybody in here. Magic Online maybe having some issues. Okay, so we've got Planeswalker 83. We won the roll, go first. So good luck. This is a good hand. We've got 4 mana sources. None of them are temples, but we have 2 removal spells and a card advantage life gain engine. So this is a good. We're going to start on Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. Not pay 2 life. And then F6 to his turn. F6 again. Okay, so he's got a white-black temple. This could be white-black mid-range, which is a deck I haven't really tested against with this deck before. Could be Esper, could be the white-black aggro deck that was on Star City today. There's a bunch of stuff here. I am going to play the Swamp so I can leave up Bile Blight and Abrupt Decay now. And just in case he leads with the Pack Rat, I want to be able to answer it and then play Courser of Kruphix. Make sure we're recording. Okay. So right now I have the video set to just record everything on the monitor. Once I get that working, I will probably try and work on overlays and screen segments. So it looks like he is an aggro deck. I'm not going to try and get a 2-for-1. I want to play my Courser next turn. So we'll just kill this guy. It should be all of his turn. So it looks like, yeah, so he's a little bit stuck on mana. So this is probably just going to be Courser and then game over. So we've got a Swamp on top. It's not really great. With 5 lands already, I'd mostly want to hit some spells. We'll just F6. Good draws here would be probably against his deck. I would like Reaper of the Wilds. More removal spells would be fine. Liliana would be fine. I can just tutor for a Reaper. Looks like he's just doing white black heroic thing. Silence the Believers, I don't think I want. I've already got 2 removal spells that'll kill pretty much anything. Caryatid is not great at this point. So we're just going to attack. Hopefully he'll play some kind of aura on the Eidolon and we can just get a 2-for-1 with Abrupt Decay. But with him stuck on 1 land, that's not really likely. So I'm willing to just trade damage here. Because once the Caryatid comes down, he won't really be able to profitably attack. He'll just be gaining 1 life and taking 2 damage every turn. Okay, so he's got a hero. I'm going to kill the hero. I'm going to use Abrupt Decay because he might have the Ajani next turn, which I would prefer to be able to Hero's Downfall. So we're just going to kill the hero now. I let him attack so that he couldn't use Ephemeral Shields. Okay, so we've got a Garruk that we can play next turn. I think I want to keep that, so I'm not going to play the Temple. I'm going to attack. I can't really imagine that he can beat a Garruk next turn. If he attacks with mana up, I'm gonna just take the damage. I really would like to get this Garruk in play the turn early. I don't want to walk into any kind of combat trick on the Eidolon. So he could have like Gift of Orzhova here would be pretty good. Gift of Orzhova seems like the best thing he could have right here, unless he wants to play another creature as a threat. Uh, yeah, Ethereal Armor is fine. That doesn't give it flying, so Garruk will be able to come down. At this point, I would actually like him to play another enchantment, so that Ethereal Armor makes his guy bigger, and then I can play Garruk -3, kill his guy, gain some life, just get some card advantage. But since he attacked already, he probably doesn't have any more enchantments to play this turn. Okay, so there's a Reaper of the Wilds. I do want to keep that. So he could have Ephemeral Shields here. He could have God's Willing. He could have Brave the Elements. So I'm going to attempt to play Garruk and make a Beast. Yeah, I'm going to make a Beast and then hold back Courser. That way he will need to God's Willing or Brave the Elements on 2 different colors to be able to attack Garruk without me chump blocking. And then next turn, I can use the -3, kill his guy, and if he has Ephemeral Shields or something, I can Hero's Downfall it in response to that, and it should die. But we're in a very good place here, especially with the Reaper on top. If we can get this Hopeful Eidolon off the table, the game's probably over, no matter what's in his hand. Could be Gift of Orzhova. Okay, so he's got Fabled Hero here. Yeah, Gift of Orzhova would have been really good. He could have attacked the Garruk down to 2. At this point, I don't think he's going to really be able to overcome what we have in play. We're not going to block here. I want to keep this Beast in play. I could have blocked with Courser, so play our Free Forest off of the Courser. Make a Beast. I'm going to play Reaper. So now if he has God's Willing or Brave the Elements, we have Hero's Downfall up in response. So I am going to attack with my Death Touch Beast. I'm happy to trade it for a Fabled Hero. I'm also happy to trade it for a God's Willing or Ephemeral Shields or something, because that'll put his shields down and I can Hero's Downfall to Helpful Eidolon. So I could Hero's Downfall right now, but that's not really playing around anything because all of the tricks that would be good here, except for Rootborn Defenses, he can already cast. And it seems unlikely that Rootborn Defenses would be the one that he would choose to main deck. I haven't seen any tokens. Okay, so he's going to gift up the Fable Hero. I'll let that resolve. This way, if I go to Hero's Downfall after the gift is on it, and he has to Brave the Elements or God's Willing, the Gift of Orzhova will fall off because it's also black. If he does have Ephemeral Shields here, it's a little bit bad for us. we would need to draw another removal spell. So what we're going to do is attempt to downfall this before blockers, so that if he makes the gift fall off, we can chump with Courser or Caryatid. Yeah, so he's got God's Willing. The gift of Orzhova is going to fall off. This guy will be a 4/4 double strike. It's got plenty of land, so I'm going to block with the Caryatid since the Courser can just deter other creatures. So we'll block here. I'm going to keep the Read the Bones on the top of the deck. He's not really pressuring my life total in small increments. So the 2 life from the Read the Bones is going to be a good trade for the 2 cards that I will get, plus the Scry. Plus the Scry on Temple. I can dig pretty deep for another removal spell this turn. Hornet Queen is pretty good, but it's not a removal spell that'll affect the board this turn. So I think I do still want her. So we're going to draw the Hornet Queen and see what else we can get. We do not want the Temple. We will take the Hornet Queen. Another Read the Bones. So let's play this Free Forest. So there's a Devour Flesh. So that'll be very strong because both of his creatures are worth killing. So unless he plays another creature, we should be fine. I'm going to put this Garruk to 1 and try and kill the Fabled Hero. Okay, good. So we're going to keep this Devour Flesh. It's very strong right now, and even if he has another guy, it should be all right. I'm actually going to just use the Read the Bones and play the Devour Flesh right now. Liliana is very good. Devour Flesh is very good. I would imagine that this game is over at this point. Like, unless he just plays like Elspeth or something, and then even if he has that, Garruk will answer it fairly effectively. So we're just gonna beat him down. He's on a 2-turn clock. Yeah. So we're gonna go to sideboarding. He is a small creature deck. His creatures do get bigger, but we're still gonna bring in the Drowning Sorrows. Gonna bring in the Silences, the Garruk's Wake, Hero's Downfall, Abrupt Decay. I don't want Erebos. I don't want Ancient Silverback. I'm going to take out Thoughtseize because I'd rather kill his creatures after he casts them. So then all these cards are fairly good. I'm going to take out 1 Liliana. She's a little slow. And I think I want to take out the Read the Bones, but it may be correct to take out Coursers instead. I'll try it without the Read the Bones. Courser just seems very good because he can play the Hopeful Eidolon and then put Ethereal Armor on it, and Courser still blocks it until he plays another enchantment. So he really has to commit into an Abrupt Decay if I have a Courser. This is only 2 lands. One of them is a Temple, and I have an Abrupt Decay, so we're going to keep this. We just need to draw into more lands, and we should be fine. So his start's a little bit better this time. I'm assuming that he won't get stuck on 1 land this time. So we missed on lands, but we hit here. So we don't have double green, so we won't be able to do Courser. But as you can see, we have a lot of double black spells, and we already have 1 green for Abrupt Decay and Reaper. So it's really just Courser and Hornet Queen that we're not going to be able to cast for a while because we took the silver back out of the deck. Okay, so he has the turn 2 tapped land. Maybe an Ethereal Armor here would be fine. If he does put something on this guy, I'm going to just kill it with Abrupt Decay immediately. I don't want to walk into a God's Willing or a Brave the Elements. You saw how effective those were the first game against our removal. So he has nothing. Makes me think that he either has a hero that he wants to suit up, or he's got Gift of Orzhova. So I'm not gonna Abrupt Decay it. I'm perfectly happy to take 1 damage return for a couple of turns until we can get Reaper online or Drown in Sorrow for value. Yeah, so here's a hero. Maybe play another spell on the hero. So we're gonna play this Drown in Sorrow probably next turn. If he has a spell, he can save one of these guys, but we will kill the other one. And with all these removal spells, I'm willing to trade damage. I'm guessing that this is a matchup. Um, I think that this is a matchup where he's not going to have a lot of reach. It's not like the red decks where they can just lightning strike you, stoke the flames you, and just kill you from like 7 or 8 life with one guy. Yeah, so the hero is going to live. My imagination would be that he's going to go off next turn, play a couple spells on the hero, and then we'll take like 6 or 7 damage, but then we will kill the hero. Even if he bestows on it, we have a Silence of Believers we can cast, so we'll just deal with everything. The main problem here would be if he just has a bunch of God's Willings. Second Drown in Sorrow is not as good in this matchup, I would imagine. It would be he just has a bunch of God's Willings and can just save this guy over and over again, hitting us for 3, 4, 5. Then that would be a little bit of a problem. Okay, so there's Fabled Hero. We can play Reaper next turn, which is fairly strong because he'll have to commit another aura to the field or use a God's Willing just to get in some damage. And then we can just silence our hero's downfall. I think what my plan is going to be is to play Reaper, force him, or try and force him to hold his guys back, and then hopefully draw land. And yeah, so land is there. So next turn we will be able to play Abrupt Decay and Hero's Downfall. Both of his guys cost 3 or less, so he can try and clean his board up. And if he throws any auras on to get in more damage past the Reaper, we should be able to get some card advantage. He's very low on cards. We've got 4 spells. He's only got 1 card left in hand. So Ethereal Armor, I'm not worried about right now. Ethereal Armor plus Gift of Orzhova would do a lot of damage. Okay, so we can block and trade here as a 2-for-1. We'd be taking 8 damage down to 7 life after this. I'm going to go ahead and try and make the trade. I don't want to go to 7 and then just be dead to a God's Willing or make us use both our removal spells on here. Okay, so he's got God's Willing, going to make it a 5-5, but we're not going to take any damage because we blocked. Then we are going to just kill both of his guys. He has no hand, and then set up Liliana, tutor for a threat, and then start discard locking him. So God's Willings and auras and everything will not do anything against our Liliana until he gets a creature in play. So we're just going to get, hopefully, just a really solid position here. Okay. So Hero's Downfall here. Abrupt Decay here. And pass. It's a really good draw for him. I think we have to kill that. We can't play Liliana and risk having him draw a targeted spell and just kill her. Okay, that's good. So we'll play our Temple, see what's going on. Vile Blight is fine. Because Devour Flesh doesn't lose to God's Willing or Brave the Elements or anything, we're just going to let him draw, see what he does, and then kill his guys. So, like, maybe he scries to the top here. He puts a card on top. It could be an aura, and then we'll kill his guy and get that aura with Liliana. So we need to decide what to do with this Liliana. We can go and get a threat, or we can just start trying to get to the ultimate right away. So let's see what we've got in the graveyard. We've got a Fabled Hoplite, two Fabled Heroes, a Hero of Iros, and a Reaper of the Wilds. That's a pretty solid army to put together. I'm just going to try and get this ultimate off as soon as possible. And then with two removal spells, if he has more creatures, that's just going to add to our army that we're going to put together. So he's not really going to be able to do anything. So like here we see he draws an aura or a protection spell. We have Liliana. Yeah, Liliana just locks him out. He says GG, nice tag. I say GG, thanks. So that's our video. So let's stop recording. I'll see how this works. If everything looks good, I will post it to YouTube and you guys can